learning 10 new vocabularies, 10 important vocabularies, and we'll be watching this synonyms, antonyms, and their applications. And some of them also have references to the Bengali words. So it will be an interesting session. We'll learn 10 new words: rueful, protract, ruck, blandishment, trumpery, leviathan, quagmire, saturnine, fatuous, and eclectic. Some of them may be known to you, but for the vocabulary point of view, you have to understand it a bit more, its application, how it's used in a sentence, and its Bengali meaning, especially if you're a Bengali or your mother language is Bengali. So, the meaning of rueful is actually in Bengali is dukkito. So if you remember this, you can already find the synonyms automatically. But there are very important synonyms to despondent that you cannot guess directly. So despondent, regretful, bemoaning, sorrowful, heartbroken, agonized, apologetic, repentant. So this apologetic and repentant a bit different meaning from this regretful, bemoaning, despondent, but they are nearly in similar meaning. And the opposite is joyous, jocund, exhilarated. So these are related to all happiness, exhilarated, joyous, jocund. So rueful is a negative word, and its application is the rueful faces of the friends and family who had gathered to pay their last respects. A rueful youth who had come to ask for forgiveness for online bullying. So you can see that the meaning is painful or apologetic, repentant. It can be used in both sentences. It's a very important word. It's not a very common word, but you can use it in your application too. In essays, in writings, whatever you want. Protract. Actually, pro means outward. Okay. Pro means outward. So, contract, con means together. So, pro means outward. So, everything pro attached to pro means outward. So, it's elongate, prolong, elongate, lengthen. Or in Bengali, bilombito koran. So, you can just guess the antonym as curtail, diminish, shorten, contract. You can add contract too over here. So it's very easy to guess. Pro means outward, protract means to elongate, to prolong. Protract means to draw out or scale. A protractor allows you to protract a plan for the perfect catapult. Perfect to use and end a protracted battle. So protractor I've already used in geometry box. Try to remember this in this way. Ruck is a very important word. It has been given multiple times in this examination since AHSL, CGL, prelims, tier 2. So ruck, remember, it's a Shadharan Manush, common man, people. His brilliance raised him above the ruck. Okay. So remember ruck. As general people. You can use any acronym to connect to this common man and people, but try to use it in your sentences, in your daily sentence and writing, so that you can remember this. Okay. Blandishment is a very important word. The synonyms are coax, palaver, finagle, sweet talk, argument. This coax, palaver, or finagles are very important synonyms. And antonyms are browbeat, important, intimidate, pester. Pester means annoying. So whenever you are trying to achieve something, you have to do this coax and palaver, finagle. It's actually not in a mean way to get favor from others. So you are actually not praising him, you are just using your sweet words so to have to impress others. Okay. A blandishment is often teasing in tone and intention to persuade, usually veiled. So it has the intention to persuade, not real intention, not real applaud. So blandishment is have a slight negative tone, but actually used in a positive sense to trying to impress or persuade someone. Okay. So remember this: coax, palaver, finagle. Sweet talk is already self-explanatory, and allurement is also important. And remember the antonym to browbeat, intimidate, pester. Okay. Trumpery is a negative word, and you can connect to the previous president of a country. I'm not going further, but if I connect, you can easily remember this. Sorry for the connection, but this is only for remembering purpose. Okay, I'm not trying to demean anybody. Okay, so pretty or fancy objects that are completely useless can be called trumpery. Your huge collection of animals, salt and paper shakers is nothing but trumpery. Okay, so going back to the sixth word, leviathan. Leviathan is a very fancy word. You can use it in your different application in answer writing, and the synonyms are behemoth, mammoth, colossus, monstrous, massive. You can also word a gargantuan. This is a very huge word, and the meaning is also huge. And antonyms are diminutive: dwarf, peewee, pygmy. Also you can add modicum, miniature. So whatever you want to add related to small things, you can add in an antonym section. So leviathan is actually behemoth, mammoth, colossus, monstrous, massive, and gargantuan. A leviathan of the seas that cruise ship is said to be the largest passenger vessel afloat. So remember this. There is a recent case in the Suez Canal that the Ever Given ship has been diagonally stuck and for 7 to 8 days, and is actually bring the whole trade to a halt along the Suez Canal. So remember and try to connect this to the Ever Given vessel, and you'll remember this. Okay. Quagmire is actually catch-22 is a very good idiom. It has come multiple times in SS examination. So quagmire is actually, if you're if your wits end, it's a dilemma. Catch-22, impasse. Impasse is a very important synonym. Predicament. This is also very important. So many young people don't realize the quagmire to which occasional drug use can lead. Since Jim lost all his money gambling, he's stuck in a financial quagmire. So it's a negative tone. It has a slight negative tone. And also mean it at once wits end. So quagmire is very important. This protract is very important. Ruck is important. Blandishment is important. Coming back to the eighth word, this is saturnine. Saturnine is very serious, unhappy, gloomy, somber, melancholic. So it is also a negative word. But how to understand whether it's negative or positive? If you understand whether it's negative or positive, you can easily sort out the answer. So here you can see the word Saturn, right? And you can see it's related to melancholy. Okay. So just connect these two words: Saturn, melancholy. Saturn, melancholy. So if you are suddenly sent to Saturn, you will be in a state of melancholy, right? Because there will be no one to live with, right? And also remember the end sin of the interstellar. You are in the Saturn ring, that painful sin between the daughter and the father. The father is aged less than the daughter, and the daughter is dying. So we can just connect this Saturn to the melancholic, very serious through Interstellar. If you have watched this film, right? Otherwise, sorry for the spoiler. Fatuous. Fatuous is a very important word, but the meaning is also not important. Okay, the brain is airheaded, brainless. Sorry for the spelling. Brainless, foolish, asinine, idiotic. Asinine is very important. Brainless, airheaded, foolish. So use it when you want to describe somebody, but also don't want to hurt them. So just say fatuous. Okay. So if they know this word, then it's okay, but they don't know, then you can serve your own purpose without hurting them directly, right? The fatuous questions that the audience members asked after the lecture suggested to the oceanographer that they have understood little. It's a very good sentence, and it shows clearly the application. And the last sentence is eclectic. Don't just confuse the word with ecstatic, it means happily. Eclectic is mixture of different things, assortment of different things. The synonyms are mixed, diverse, motley, multiple, myriad, conglomerate. So you can have an eclectic group of friends from diverse groups, eclectic taste in furniture, mixture of 18th century French chairs, Persian rugs, or enjoy eclectic cooking that uses ingredients from different national cuisines. So how to remember? Just remember the word eclairs. Whenever you buy eclairs, you're not buying in a single amount, you're buying multiple ones. So you remember as an eclairs are multiple, mixed, diverse, motley, multiple, myriad, conglomerate. So today we have learned 10 new words. One is rueful. The rueful is dukkito, despondent, regretful. It has two meanings, is apologetic or despondent, but you can use it into different sentences as well. Protract, pro means outward. So protract, elongate, prolong, lengthen. Rak is a common man. Blandishment is trying to persuade somebody, coaxing, palaver, sweet talk. Trumpery, you already know, is rubbish, trivial, inferior. Or you can add the word crass too. Though exactly the meaning is not crass, but it has some relation to the word crass. Actually, whenever synonyms are asked in SSC examinations, sometimes you will not find the synonym to be exact match, but it has some meaning that is in some way related to that given word. Leviathan means huge, gargantuan, mammoth, colossus, monstrous, massive. Okay, just remember the evergreen vessel, you will understand Leviathan why. Quagmire is a dilemma, is a catch-22 situation. Catch-22 means he is waiting for something who is also waiting for your start. So it is catch-22 situation, it's a quagmire, it's a dilemma, it's an impasse. Or you can also say bottleneck. This is also a good synonym of quagmire. Satanan means melancholic, unhappy, gloomy, somber, related to the interstellar. Fatuous is airheaded, brainless, foolish, asinine, idiotic. Eclectic means mixture of something. So eclectic, eclairs, mixture, fatuous, brainheaded, saturnine, Saturn, interstellar, melancholy, quagmire, negative tone, dilemma, Leviathan, evergreen vessel. Massive, monstrous, trumpery is crass, inferior. Blandishment is coax, palavering, persuading. Or you can just remember bootlicking. Do not the same meaning exactly, but if you remember, you can remember this word coax, palaver. Okay. Rak is common man, protract is elongating, and rueful is apologetic, despondent. So some way this rueful and saturnine are related, but they are not exactly used in the similar sense. Okay. They are not exactly used in the similar sense, but in some way they are related. Thank you. That's it for today.